Hello, everybody. My name is Thurston Gill, and I am the senior instructor at Worldwide Academy Training Services. And I would like to talk to you a little bit about 5 things that we can do this week to prepare for cold related emergencies. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with what do we consider a cold weather related emergency? Hazardous road conditions is one, another is power outages. Another is fireplace and space heater related accidents that can result in house fires and also carbon monoxide poisoning. Communications failures. Also, cold related medical emergencies as well, like frostbite or hypothermia. And we also want to include flooding when snow and ice thaws. Okay, let's talk about the 5 actions. I need to make this quick. First and foremost, you want to check your bug out bags and your everyday carry kits. If you've been checking on those, that's great, but now we need to check it again and make a transition from warmer weather to colder weather. There are some items in our bug out kits, in our EDC bags or kits, that don't belong there because they are specifically pertinent for the summer but serve very little to no purpose during the winter. Also, we need to add items. As a matter of fact, I would venture to say that in most cases, our bug out bags and EDC kits become a little bit heavier during this winter months as opposed to the summer months. The other thing, number 2, we're going to look at is our home preparation. Have we considered an alternative place to shelter in place if we have to evacuate our homes? We need to start considering that. Insulation. Have we done what we can to begin insulating our home, the pipes, windows, doors, and so on? What about considering alternate means of providing power, alternate means of providing light, alternate means of cooking? Okay, those are all items we need to start considering now and take the necessary steps to make sure that our other options are in place. I want to also include in there communications. How are we going to communicate with our friends and family members during a winter or cold weather emergency? How do we stay in contact with these services, the weather service and other services, to be kept informed and updated as to the conditions around us? The next thing I want to talk about, the third thing, is our workplace. If our building has to be evacuated, what do we do to protect ourselves against being exposed to the weather conditions outside? Is that something we should leave to the employers to be responsible for? Or is it something that we should take responsibility for and take the necessary steps to make sure that we're protected? I want to add in there our kids at school. Same rule applies. If their building has to be evacuated, teachers, daycare workers, what can they do to make sure that our children are exposed to these elements without a means of protection in case they have to leave immediately? Okay? Maybe it's something that needs to be discussed, but we shouldn't leave it up to them. Let us take responsibility for it. The other item, and the last item, is transit. Whether we drive to work or use public transportation, have we winterized our vehicles? Have we included a winter emergency kit in our cars? And if we use public transportation, what happens if the train lines or the bus lines go down? Do we have another means of either getting home or from point A to point B? Or do we have an alternative location in which to stay until we can get transportation? And if we don't have a place to go, do we have a means of providing protection so that we're not left exposed to the elements? So that's it. Those are the 5 things that I want you to consider um, as you go forward in your emergency preparedness and response planning for the winter. And I want to thank you for your time. Please feel free to share, because we don't know everything, but what little we do know, we're willing to share and definitely willing to learn. Thank you.